haircuts at the same time. White gold pants, jet ski made of wine, foie gras bust of Albert Einstein, get money. Good afternoon, folks. We are live once again. I think everything's set up on my end, so let us switch everything over and dive into No Man's Sky once again. Alright, give me a sec to fiddle with the music. We don't need it too loud. We are listening to the alternate show playlist today. Alright, let's get the game video loaded. I did see Red Dragon resubbed for 10 months. 10 months. That's almost a year. Thank you for the resub, Red Dragon. Much appreciated. Alright, where is my game audio going? That's weird. I wonder why it's not displaying. I was doing it for stream. Also, I see Iconic hanging out in chat. What's up, Iconic? Good to see you, as usual. Huh. Give me a sec to see why the game video is not popping up. That's really weird. Let me try something real quick. Huh, I'm just gonna restart the game. I had everything loaded up before I went live, and now it's just not outputting to OBS. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. There it goes. I just need to restart the game. All right, we're good. Oh, I see Lava King's here. Oh, did you get an ad? That's annoying. But welcome, Lava King. Let me get everything loaded up, and then we'll talk about your fact redeem. I think you're probably due for a Garden Watch update. I did see your post in the Discord when I was getting everything loaded, Lava King. I'll respond to that after I get done with stream. But hopefully you're able to kick back and relax and just chill with some cool folks here. Alright, I'm gonna have to be careful once everything loads. So I think a couple of you folks were here last week when we kicked off No Man's Sky, so things are a lot different now, and I will try and explain while trying to avoid getting murdered. First off, this is new, but before I explain why there's a giant mech following me around, I'm going to sit in here because I'm on a high heat inferno planet now, and it's very dangerous. Well, it's not a massive, like, Gundam or Ava size mech, but it's bigger than my player character, so he's definitely a big boy. Alright, so where to start first? I have a lot of inventory space and a whole bunch of upgrades. And so here's what happened. I have played this game a pretty decent amount offline because it is a very fun game, and there's a lot of grinding and stuff to do. This is not my original save that I started when we were doing this last week. In between, just because I wanted to test out the mechanics of the newer content I hadn't seen before, I decided to undertake an expedition, which are like these limited time instances they run. They're free, but you basically jump on and you're running kind of a concurrent quest with a whole bunch of other people at the same time to complete objectives, and you get unique gear and stuff for doing that. Usually it's unlockables, sometimes cosmetics, but you usually end up with some sort of unique reward as a result of doing the expedition, and sometimes they kind of route you through some unique encounters, and it's kind of a neat thing, and I haven't really participated in any of them. So I signed on for the event expedition that's going on right now because it is very much inspired by Starship Troopers. As we kind of go, I think we'll see that. I'm on an objective now, which is I'm trying to complete so I can move on. But we're basically on a bug hunt, for those of you who've seen Aliens. But what I learned when I signed on for the expedition is it starts you with like a fresh save. You don't lose all your progress in game, but it creates a separate instance, and you're plopped down on a planet with nothing, and you have to kind of grind up all of the initial tech and whatnot, and then start completing the objectives. They get you to a ship and they get you off world relatively fast. It's a little bit more streamlined than the regular single player game. But as a result, all the stuff that you see on my loadout, I don't have in my regular save. It might actually be more upgrades because a lot of these things in my exosuit, which upgrade like my jetpack, my life, things, my shield, environmental protection, these have all been just rewards for completing the expedition objectives. And from what I read, once you finish an expedition, all the objectives, it merges your achievements back into your regular save. So I don't think I'm going to lose all this stuff. We'll see. But what we have here is a bunch of upgrades for our exosuit. But our starship has changed too, and I guess I could pull it over here so we can see that. We have to be outside. Let me call the thing over here, and I'll still get to your factory, Lava King. Don't worry. when we last left off, I was using the base ship that you start with in the beginning of the game, which is kind of a piece of junk. It's not terribly effective. It's just your starter ship, and you want to trade up immediately. This ship here, which I'll go sit in here because it's safe. The Suzumebachi, which I named, means killer bee in Japanese. This thing is a Sentinel ship, which is a class of ships that was added a few updates ago. This is what the Space Popo use when you're out there and you run into the AI-driven... They're like the enforcers almost. They get in your business if they see you stealing valuables, and if you get into a fight with them, they start deploying legions to kill you and hunt you down in space too. You have the ability to get their weapons and their ships now. So I ran through some stuff, which maybe I'll be able to show off later on how I did it. But I got a Sentinel ship, and it has a pretty good loadout of upgrades. Just some basic stuff now. My Sentinel ship in my main save has a bit more, but this thing handles way better. It's got more hyperdrive range, better weapons, and some other things that allow it to operate much better, and it looks really cool. Iconic says, you look like you're in Doom. Yeah, I'm on a hell planet, essentially. It is very hot and full of constant firestorms. But this is the ship we're going to be using for the expedition, and I guess we'll see if they let me keep it once everything reverts back to my main save. Real quick before I get into the next update that I have here, because there's been a lot. Lava King's Factor Redeem. So, Garden Watch update 2024. Things are going well because we've been having a stretch of hot weather where I live, and the plants in the garden have been doing well. My tomato plant is very tall, and I need to be careful it doesn't tip over. It is finally bearing fruit, and I think probably within a week or so, I'll be able to harvest some cherry tomatoes on it, which is exciting because my basil plant is also doing quite well. So if I have fresh basil and tomatoes, all I have to do is go buy some fresh mozzarella, and I can do caprese salads, which are great. My rosemary plants that are new this year, those are doing pretty well. They're growing decently well. I need to prune them again. The oregano plant is doing decent. I had pruned that one too, and I'm watching how it grows. The habanero I transplanted into a larger pot, and I can't remember if I did that last time I gave you guys an update. But the habanero plant's doing well. It is getting taller, and looks like it's going to start getting flowers and fruit soon. I will post some pictures in the Discord once that happens, if that happens, because I'm a big hot sauce and spicy things fan, and I cook with habaneros every once in a while. So if I can get them to grow successfully, that would be awesome. But more to come on that. And then I mentioned my green onion plant's doing decently, and the basil plants indoors are also doing well. So overall, things are going decently for the garden this year. Better than last year, at least for the basil stuff. Maybe what I can do is also post some pictures of things I cook with all the stuff that I'm actively growing, especially if I have recipes. But it's been going good. Alright, so for next update, going back to progress on the save. In addition to upgrading my ship, I upgraded my multi-tool, which is our handheld tool we use to mine. It doubles as a weapon, scanner, a whole bunch of things. So this thing was given to me as part of the expedition, I believe. But this is a kind of unique type of weapon. Looks like an alien rifle almost. But it came with a shotgun, which is the scatter blaster, which is now my new favorite weapon. I think on my original save, I had the pulse spitter, which is kind of like a burst rifle. The scatter blaster, as the name would suggest, is a close range shotgun. And hopefully once we get this next objective done, we'll be able to test this out against some big enemies. There's some big bugs that we got to go fight. But these are the upgrades I've picked up along the way that increase the power of the shotgun. It is very strong close range. This paralysis mortar is an alt fire for the multi-tool, and it fires grenades, but they're not concussive explosive grenades. They are stun grenades. So they fly out, kind of Halo style almost, but they don't stick. And they detonate in a radius which stuns targets. So for biological or mechanical enemies, it will lock them down for a little bit, and I can light them up with the shotgun. Very handy. I'll put you over here. And so our overall loadout, decent on the multi-tool. There's plenty of slots that I've upgraded through some of the objectives that allow me to put in more. If they let me keep this one, I might keep this one on my main character and use it as the primary. Because, again, shotgun has proven to be very effective. It's not effective at range, but if I get right in something's face, it does pretty high damage. Next up, you guys saw the Minotaur, which is my big mech. I have the ability to call this thing down, and it's basically like Lava King was saying, it's a power suit. And you can fly around in it very slowly and use it to kind of stomp around, and it's got armaments. And it does protect you against environmental protection. Or if you're outside and running around, it will just follow you with it AI. It'll automatically keep up with you, and it will target hostile things that try and get in your face. So mostly have it out to protect myself from all the firestorms and to give me some backup. It's not terribly fast on the ground. Some of the other exocraft that I'll get later are more traversal based, but since this one came with one of the rewards, then I'll just keep it around for now. And then last but not least, this is not something we can utilize at the moment because we're in a different system, but I bought a freighter. This is something that was added a couple updates in early on, but it's basically a starship carrier. And this thing has to be purchased, or you can get them for free by saving friendly ones from pirates. But this is basically a giant starship which can be used to store things. You can build a base on it, and you can store multiple ships in it as well. So it's like a big mobile base, but it needs fuel in order to warp around. And I've been hopping planets doing objectives, so this thing is way outside in another galaxy. But ultimately, when our freighter is fully loaded up, whether it's this one or the one in my main save, it'll be like our spot to be able to port back to is like a big mobile base. They're really cool. And you can do things like recruit frigates and things from other factions and then go out and do quests for you. It's a whole like fleet management mechanic, which is pretty cool. But that is roughly where we're at in the expedition. So to give you an idea, there's a series of specific objectives in each phase of the expedition. Technically, I'm on phase 3. There's a couple things I need to do left. I need to get this scan one, which we need to find a hostile indigenous life form. And then the next thing will be harvesting resources. But once you complete each step along the way of the different phases, then you get rewards for all of these once they're completed. And then at the very end, will give us some nice rewards, and that'll end the instance. So we'll see how much further we get today. This might be the entirety of the stream, but considering it's primarily action-based aside from some of the stuff I'm doing now, I figured you folks would want to see some actual combat and fighting some hostile alien life forms. So that's what we're going to do. And we need to find a creature with a viciousness estimate greater than 12. I keep seeing notifications from other people that are running around doing the expedition that this planet has one such animal here, but I haven't seen it yet. So I'm going to try and get out of the mountains to where I can run around on foot a little bit more and see if I can find it, and then we can move on to the next major objective. And to do that, I'm going to basically use my pulse engine to try and zip across the other side of the planet. And we'll see if we can find our target. It's a very mountainous planet in addition to all of the nightmare firestorms. But it's a little bit tough to navigate when it's sheer cliffs. And it's nighttime. So we need to look out for any sort of wildlife I have not scanned. Since supposedly there's some sort of, it said mantis-like, what the global chat keeps saying. So I'm hoping whatever it is obvious looking. And if I can't find it after maybe like, I'll give 15 minutes of running around, then I'm jumping planets. I'm going to look elsewhere. Because we basically have free reign to go wherever we want. We don't have to stay on this particular planet. Oh, we can look at the discoveries in C2. This will tell us... Why can't I scroll up? This will tell us all of the life forms that have been discovered so far. You get a little bit of an idea of what the creature generation looks like. Very kind of dinosaur-like, weirdly enough. But none of these are the target that our objective says we need. So there's some aquatic life forms. Underground life forms. Okay. Oh boy. Meanwhile, I'm just getting cooked out here. As a firestorm shows up. Perfect. Another thing that makes this planet a little bit difficult to navigate is the storms obscure everything. So it's all cloudy and misty like that, in addition to being the temperature of the sun. Oh, I have a mining laser, don't I? Nope, I can just grab it. Those storm crystals show up whenever there's some sort of inclement weather, and they just pop around randomly on the map. They're worth a lot. So it's worth grabbing those to sell. You can see the Minotaur is kind of a plodding, slow mech, but it's protection. Eventually, I wouldn't mind getting some upgrades to its thrusters so I can fly for a little bit longer. And the base mining laser looks like that. It's got a kind of like a Predator-esque cannon. Iconic's gonna eat. Iconic loudly proclaims the entire chat. Alright, enjoy your dinner. So this main cannon, I think it's fire-based damage. Again, reminds me of the Predator shoulder cannon. That does decent damage. And I guess I can test this out. This is either a concentrated weapon or a mining laser or both. I want to say it's a weapon. Oh, no, it's a mining weapon. Or mining tool. The offensive weapon's over here. I need to get a scanner on this thing eventually. I have to pop out in order to use my regular scanner, but I'm pretty sure I've seen those. And I saw those. We could look and see. This thing's not meant to go underwater, though. I don't think it can. Maybe there is aquatic life form I can find. This is more like a pond. Nope, those are friendly. There is a specific watercraft that we can unlock later on that'll function kind of like a submarine. It makes navigating the water a bit easier, but I do not have it unlocked yet. Okay, more fish. That wheat Bermosa? That is not a hostile life form. It's funny because if I was on the original planet that I started on in my original save, I would have finished that objective immediately because everything there was angry and trying to kill me. I saw something in the distance. Let's go take a look. Oh, what are you? Yep. Seen those already. Okay, let's keep looking. Oh, interesting. I'm looking at the chat. So there's a specific base someone put. Okay, let's do that. That'll save us some time. So someone has mapped a base that's in a spawn location close to one of those targets. So we can call our ship and hit one of these bases nearby and do this a lot faster, rather than just running around. In fact, we can do that even faster by just going to the nearest space station and using that teleporter. And we can actually see all the bases that other people that are doing the expedition have created and jump to them for one and just look at what they've built. But likewise, we can jump to one that says the objective. I didn't even think to do that. That should make things easier. Was that the in-game volume? I didn't realize that was so loud. Unless that's my BGM track. Whatever it is, it's very loud. Sorry about that. I guess some of the tracks that I have here are a bit louder than others. I do think that's coming from the hyperdrive. I wonder if I can drop that down. That's not an entirely necessary sound you need to hear. Okay, I think I've been through the station a couple times. Just we'll sell off some random garbage that we've got in our inventory. Let's make space. Rancid flesh. Get this for killing hostile enemies. Don't need that. Mordite, same thing. The Viking reports. Well, that's worth a lot. That might be useful in giving to somebody or in trading. We'll keep that. Storm crystals sell for 3.8 million. I've gotten a decent chunk of change on this expedition by flipping Sentinel ships and selling them. I did want to show off how that works for folks who might be getting into No Man's Sky. So maybe that will be a thing for later. Okay, let's see. That one says 12 Apex Cave. This one says Mantis right around under here. Okay, let's check this one out. It sounds like that might be an underground life form, which would explain why I haven't seen it yet. I've been mostly running around on the planet's surface trying to find a single target. Okay, this dropped me directly under the base. What are you? Something else new that I haven't seen? That is not a hostile target, though. Alright, I guess better look around. Something over here. You. This one, alright. Is that it? Yep, we got it. Papa King says, I missed my chat, Sonic. Which chat you talking about? The one from your post? Or do you just mean like stream chat? Or specific streamers chat? Ooh, that gold. Ah, I see. Well, that's worth a lot of gold. Yeah, friend groups are difficult, man. I won't get into it too much on stream because I don't want to bring everybody's mood down. But I went through something a long time ago when I was much younger, where I was forcefully amputated from my friend group of people I'd known for a while because a certain person who was kind of like the main person in the friend group thought that I felt like I was better than everybody, when in reality I just met a bunch of really cool new people, and that person was insecure enough to be threatened by that, and so I lost all of my friends from that friend group in an instant. It wasn't something that happened over time. It was just an altercation went down, and all of a sudden I lost like half a dozen friends. And it sucks when that happens, but the best thing you can do is give yourself time to kind of recover from that, and then get out there and try and meet new people. What is that? Oh, it's a tech module. And as a person who doesn't really do a lot of like socializing in general, it's not kind of my big thing. The best thing you can do is to look for quality in friends versus quantity. And that might be a little bit of a preachy thing to say, but just based on my experience, it's much more worthwhile to have a couple really good friends than a bunch of really surface level superficial ones. Lava King says, actually I got kicked out of the group temporarily back when anyone could change your Discord chat name because I was getting troll hardened and I blew up at the wrong person. That's kind of tough, but at the same time, really good friends and strong relationships are repairable just by having a conversation. If they're the type of people who say, like, no, you did this one time, you're kicked out for good and dead to the world, then they're probably not good friends. Since, you know, unless you commit some sort of grievous offense, there's no reason why people should be, you know, cast out like that when you can just have a simple conversation. Like adults, you know, I understand that not everyone's an adult, but out there in the real world, the really worthwhile friendships are more durable than something like that. Okay, let's see what our next objective is. Now that we got the scan one, we can see what we get for completing that one too. We get a prepackaged combat scope unit. And a scanning upgrade. Look at this little goober. Oh, it's like a, what is that? A little platypus Ewok with antlers. Okay, so we're on Fat of the Land. We need to harvest 900 resources in one burst. Really, those gold ones didn't count? Okay, we'll need to find some sort of densely clustered resource that we can harvest all at once. That's kind of challenging. I don't think I've ever done that before since we've been playing this. Lava King says, the friend group came together on Amino back in Persona 5 was a hot new thing and we were a tight group. Got smaller as time went on. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Yeah, online friend groups are a little bit of a different animal, and it's tough because a lot of times common interests bring people together, but a lot of times that's not enough to keep a cohesive friend group together because people get tired of the thing that brought them together sometimes. And I've definitely formed some friendships through like games or other things. But over time, as people lose interest, sometimes you grow apart. There are online friends that I haven't talked to in forever just because we don't play the same games anymore. Okay, that's 141. That's not going to do much. And we're in a different section of the planet. This one's irradiated. It probably still has the firestorms. That's great. Oh, I see. It doesn't have to be one burst. It's just one continuous volley of harvesting stuff. And I just have to be careful not to let my tool overheat. Okay, that's a lot easier. I can do that right here. I'm going to get a boatload of carbon. Lava King says, we left Amino to Discord and stayed friends. I seen things kind of just played out over time. Carbon, not to keep jumping from topic to topic, carbon is primarily an organic component. So trees, plants, flora will usually give you carbon. Minerals will give like ferrite, which is like an iron ore, which used to craft a lot of things like bullets especially. Okay, we're almost there. At this point, it doesn't matter what. We just need to get 900. Oh, the king says plants aren't rocks. Yeah, I know plants aren't rocks. But sometimes things give a combination of resources. But in general, rocks will give ores and minerals. Living things and plants will give you like a mix of carbon, condensed carbon, and sometimes other things like mortite, which is kind of like an organic material. Okay, we should be coming up on an actual combat instance soon, but we completed phase 3, so that's good. This gives us a whole bunch of parts for crafting, and we get a stack of inventory expansion module upgrades for our suit, which is nice. So we're going to put that into tech and inventory. Fat of the Land. That is the breakthrough album by The Prodigy. That's a good album if you like electronic music. Okay, bolt caster upgrade. Okay, this is just a trading item. I wanted to look at this before I just up and sold it. Scanning upgrade is useful for the multi-tool though. We throw that in there. What else did we get? Minotaur cannon. This thing, nope, it's not even here. Okay. It's probably stuck on a ridge somewhere. Blaze javelin, that's a ship-mounted weapon. We'll put you down here. Some of these I'm going to sell off for nanites. Aqua jets. Oh, this is a starship. We can put that on there. It allows us to land on water. That's nice. It might not matter where this goes. Yeah. What the upgrades, I don't think I talked about this last time, or maybe I did. Oh, voice crack. The upgrades for your tech synergize with the piece of tech that are improving. So if I were to take this launch booster one and put it down here, it loses its border. But if I put it next to the actual launch apparatus, it highlights like that, and you get a synergy boost for putting like things together, which is really nice. Works for your ship, works for your suit, it works for your multi-tool. Oh, here's the scope. I wonder if this will allow us to do down the sight. Or at least a zoom scope. That would be nice. These are specific pieces of tech we can install if we wanted to put... Oh, Blaze Javelin is a thing for the multi-tool. There's a different one that's like that for the Starship. It's like a concentrated stun beam. It's not bad, but I think I like the shotgun more. Okay, so we got that. Our phase 3 reward, Chitin Spurs customization. Chitin gauntlets. That's cosmetics, I believe. We can get spurs. I'll have to look at that at some point. Alright, moving on. Phase 4. So now we are going to get back to the main line. We need to get to the next planet that has the next drop zone for our extermination effort here. which is going to take us to a new system. We're going to have to go down and take out some bugs. So now some action, finally. So we can leave this planet, this forsaken hell world, and now we're going to do some warping, which I need to make sure I got fuel for my warp drive. Lava King asks, Raku, have you ever been sad in a way you walk through a city at night where all you hear is jazz blues and the bright lights are all neon? If you're talking about in a way where like everything in the world kind of just seems to drown itself out, definitely yes. I can't say it's been super recent, but I've definitely been there. It kind of makes you feel numb to a lot of things, at least for me. Lava King says, I mean, those montages like in movies? Maybe not like literally like that, but I definitely understand the feeling. Wait, okay, we need to follow the critical path here. Can I go this one?
Money on my mother, mine. Cop 5 haircuts at the same time. White gold
No,
pants, jet ski made of
jump
wine.
planet by planet.
Foie gras bust of Albert Einstein, get money.
Hey, Sourlad, resubscribed for 23 months. Oh, Lord, that's almost 2 years. Thank you for the resub, Sourlad. Much appreciated. And also, welcome. I hope you are having a good day. We are currently exterminating the galactic bug menace in No Man's Sky on this expedition. And Sourlad asks, how's No Man's Sky? It's great, man. Uh-oh. I think we landed right in a skirmish, so I guess you guys are getting spaceship dogfighting combat. This ship is not totally geared for maneuverability yet, but it's definitely better than our starter. So let's take out some pirates. There's 6 of them. There's 1. The hostiles can be kind of designated by their red jet trails. The green ones are friendlies, essentially. There you are. Hopefully no one here gets motion sickness, because I'm going to be kind of spinning around a lot to get lined up and shoot these suckers. We have to melt their shields and then take down their main energy pools to blow them away. Fortunately, they don't have high defense. Ooh, Star Shield battery, that's nice. 4 left. It looks like these pirates were assaulting a series of freighters. You could see a fleet of freighters and frigates here, which are friendly, as long as we don't shoot them. But the pirates are usually trying to raid them, so that's what kicks off the combat instance. And keep an eye on my shields too. If I die in space, it's going to be a big setback, so I don't want to do that. Get out of here. Okay, we got a lot of sodium. 3 left. We need some Top Gun music playing right now. A little bit of Kenny Loggins, some Danger Zone. But I don't want to get copyright claimed, so chill lo-fi music is what you folks are getting while I'm getting into fights in space. Lava King says, No Man's Sky can own the sky, but if I could, I'd gatekeep the stratosphere. So you want to keep people from space out, or you want to keep terrestrial people in? That's the question. All right, 2 left. Might be able to get a free frigate up or freighter upgrade from this. That'd be nice. I may have to look into getting either more weapon perks for the laser cannon I'm using or a stronger weapon. This thing does have rockets, but they're harder to aim. They're basically like dumbfire ordnance, I think. Well, they kind of home, but they have like one clip shot, and that just damaged one of my upgrades. All right, cannons it is. They are. Ooh, that's a nimble fighter. Which means it should be pretty weak on the defense. Gotcha. Alright, 1 left. You can recruit squadrons of, like, mercs, essentially. I need to look into how that works at some point, so I can get some support for stuff like this. You can kind of roll with a posse in space. Oh, where are you? I don't want to draw aggro from these friendlies. Everyone's on this one guy. Almost. Stay in my sights. Gotcha. Oh, I might have accidentally clipped a friendly there. Red Dragon asks, what are your thoughts on the gaming initiative that some people are trying to push? What initiative specifically? There's a lot of them. There's a lot of hot topics in gaming. You're going to have to be a little more specific than that. Okay, let's see. We're getting comms. Alright, Viking vessel. Sweet. Let's go talk to the captain. Maybe he'll give us that freighter. That's a pretty cool looking one. King says, Raku, there's a Gundam movie I want you to watch purely from the musical choice and theory in it. I think you'd like it if you're a jazz or classical fan. Oh yeah? Which movie is that? I haven't watched a Gundam property thing in forever. But if it's got a cool soundtrack, that's definitely a plus. Gundam Thunderbolt December Sky. That's a title. Never heard of it. Is it new? Or is it old? On the topic of gaming initiatives, Red Dragon says the Stop Killing Games ones. Well, if we're talking about, like, an IP or property, I can definitely understand that. A lot of times, it's, like, corporate greed is what stands in the way of stuff like that. Another good example, I was just reading on Twitter earlier today before the stream, was one of the Silent Hill remakes that's going on right now. The developer Bloober has been getting a lot of flack because they haven't shown much confidence in handling the property. So like dedicated Silent Hill people are not thrilled with what they've been doing. That's not good. All right, let's see what you got. Ooh, we're gonna trade up our freighter. Let's compare. Our current one is a Class C. It has nothing on it. I've done nothing with this freighter so far. But this one has definitely got more space. Its spread of tech is kind of annoying, though. I think I'd have to move that around. 36 million? Oh, you're not giving it to me for free? Forget that. I guess your first one is free. I don't have that much money. I'd rather save it for buying, like, ships or ship parts. Alright, we can peace out of here. Okay, the Gundam movie was from 2015. The jazz composer and saxophone player is the same guy who did the saxophone in Trigun. Oh, that's pretty cool. Trigun had some awesome music. I don't know about the newer series as much because I didn't watch it, but the old series had a great soundtrack. The opening theme song was HT, right? That's a pretty good one. Wait, where are we? We're over here. So when you own your own freighter, this one I'm not going to purchase because I don't want to spend the money on it. But you can dock all of your different ships here. And so you can have like 9 of them, I think. I forget the exact number now. But you can have multiple ships. I will be doing that at some point. The Space Popo ship is cool, but it's pretty much you get what you find. You can actively customize and build your own now, so we'll definitely get to that at some point. Maybe not today. But you can basically get components from ships you buy from other life forms and then build your own. And I think you can customize its color and everything too, which is nice. Okay, so before we go to the drop zone, actually the drop zone's the next system. So let's go to the station, grab the exosuit upgrade, which you get on every station that you visit for the first time. Get more slots. And then we're going to jump to the next system because we're going towards the drop zone objective. Got sidetracked with some ship combat, but we want to actually be taking out the bugs. I just realized frame rate is a little stuttery. I didn't even think to check that earlier. I think it's my model. Give me 1 second. If I drop the frame rate on my model, that should improve the game's playback on the stream. Yeah, it's a little smoother. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Red Dragon posted something related to that initiative in Discord. I can look at that real quick. Unless it's an article. I'm not going to read an article on stream. Oh, Pirate Software. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. That dude's got some really interesting takes. The gaming industry proper is in a very weird spot right now. A lot of uncertainty. A lot of companies, like especially large companies, doing questionable things with their properties. I was just talking with some old friends over the weekend that I used to run with back in the days of Diablo 2, which is still one of my favorite games, which I may or may not be playing at some point on stream. Haven't decided yet. But I was asking these two friends of mine if they had been playing Diablo 4. And their collective response was that they played it at launch and then dipped not too long after. Because I had been asking, should I get it and should I get into it? And the general consensus was, no. You don't need to do that, which is unfortunate. If you told my younger self from 15 years ago that a new Diablo game would come out and I wouldn't be playing it on day one, and that I wouldn't be part of that, I would say you're crazy. But here we are. D4 came out and I didn't jump on it, and I'm kind of glad. Red Dragon says D2 is great. It's meant to be better now. Yeah, especially we've talked a little bit on stream about the. No, I didn't even need to install that. The mod, extensive mod thing for D2. I think I was telling Lava King about it, but he's not on PC. But basically, it's a lot of really rejuvenated content and updates that were fan created for D2, and that's what I want to check out. That same group of friends have been tinkering around with that, and they said it's really, really neat. And the fact that going back to an old modded version of D2 is more appealing to me than playing D4 just kind of says it all right there, you know? Alright, do I have any modules I can get rid of here? Not really. You can see if these are any good. Phase beam. Photon cannon module might be decent. I don't have a phase beam equipped. But this, yeah, that'll power up my cannons. So they won't overheat as much. Heat dispersion, that's not bad. These unstable things you can get from defeating pirates and whatnot, they're kind of like a random roll if they're going to be good or not. But this one I can sell. Where... This layout's a little weird. Okay. All the merchants sell various upgrades you can get for your ships at the cost of nanites, which I don't have a ton at the moment. But you can also sell stuff to get more. And see, we have a hydrate reminder from Iconic and 5 hydrate reminders from Red Dragon. And a drop of beat. Alright. I'm almost done with my smoothie. Let's do this. We'll pause the BGM and mute the game audio. And we'll do the beat now before we move into the next leg of the expedition. We're trying to smoothie again. I pretty much I drink a smoothie for lunch pretty much every day. And because my lunch keeps getting later and later, it's usually what I'm consuming before stream. So that's why it's always a smoothie. Sourlad says, FNAF and Dead by Daylight. Playing Dead by Daylight. I had not heard that. Are you saying there's a FNAF character in Dead by Daylight now? I guess it was just a matter of time. Red Dragon asks, a healthy smoothie? Yeah, so it's not like a blended smoothie. I've talked a little bit about it before, but I don't know if I've ever shown you guys the product. It's just a organic vegetable and fruit-based powder that you mix with water. There's a couple different flavors. The product is called Vigo 1. I'm drinking a chocolate one. That's usually my default. But it's pretty easy to just mix. I don't have to put a bunch of stuff like in an actual blender. I just put it in a shaker bottle. But yeah, that's usually my go-to for lunches. Okay, Iconic says, next summer is going to be FNAF. Now we got Castlevania Drac in Dead by Daylight, huh? That's interesting. Red Dragon says a fake smoothie. Well, it's not a blended one, but I guess it's a powder-based one because I'm lazy. I don't want to clean out a blender every time I make lunch. All right, let's come up with something. Let's come up with something a little bit more like mid-tempo, upper energy for a beat. Maybe we'll do something BGM snare based since I don't do that one a ton. But we will come up with something. So let's give it a try. All right. Game audio goes back on. BGM audio goes back on. Oh, I need to be able to see my OBS. Lava King says, I want a Dead by Daylight style game, but you're a bunch of soldiers being hunted by Weapon X? Like from Marvel? I've never played Dead by Daylight. I think I would suck a lot at a game like that. Huh, interesting concept. Alright. I think we can move on. Oh, this is a player character. Because we're doing an expedition, it's gonna be other player characters running around. That's kind of a neat ship. I dig the wings. Okay, we need to jump to the next planetary system closest to drop zone 4. So I think we have to do it in a couple steps. Which hopefully I haven't run out of hyperdrive yet. No, okay. Okay, I'm not going to bother jumping on the station here. Maybe I will later before we leave. I want to just keep priority on the objective and keep moving towards completing everything, and we can get some actual combat. You folks can see what the alien swarms look like and the big sort of Starship Troopers like creatures. Carrier fleet. We're just going to ignore all that for now and beeline it towards the yellow icon, which is our drop zone. You know what I think would be good if you're talking about that style of like a competitive survival? I think they call it like uneven something is the genre, but something set in like the universe of The Thing. So you're there with like a group of people trying to survive and survive an attack from something that can assimilate and turn into different people. There is a game based on The Thing that came out, but it wasn't like a competitive game. It was a single player one, I think. Alright. We want to land close to drop zone 4. Would it be Among Us? Well, similar in concept, but with actual like combat. Like gunplay combat. Bit more survival horror-ish, I would say, compared to Among Us. Oh, okay, that's would that not be balanced? Well, some people would be The Thing. And I think the way you would do it would be to give The Thing the ability to assimilate other things and or people to give them more resources or like summons almost. Yeah, I'm not a game designer, but you could make that the lopsided thing where the things literally have the advantage in numbers and in basic strength. Whoa. Oh, look at that one. That's a cool looking life form. I want to grab some of this oxygen. We always need oxygen for life support. Oh, is that how Evolve works? I've never played Evolve. I guess I'm just kind of partial to The Thing in general. It's one of my favorite movies. As far as like horror, I'm not a big horror fan, but of the films I like, The Thing, and John Carpenter's The Thing is one of my favorites. Okay, we have a boatload of oxygen. And now we need to head to the actual drop zone itself. That might be over this ridge here. Oh, biological horror. Oh, got hostiles. Alright, finally it's combat time. So these things are like a vile brood swarm. They're not terribly tough, but there's a lot of them. We don't want to get swarmed and flanked. They can melee, they can spit things at you. But shotgun shreds them pretty well. Ow. Hey. And they will take big chunks out of my shields, too. Okay, they're leaving. Red Giant says the thing is an NPC until it kills a player. And the dead player is the thing until the players win or they die. That's a cool idea. I think you could do a lot with the idea of like assimilation. And how that enemy presence affects like the teams and everything else. Iconic says, I would love a Hitman-like game where the player creates their own slasher villain, goes around harassing teens. So kind of like Dead by Daylight, but more customizable. Ooh. It's Korvax. What you got? Oh, what can I give you? Magnetized ferrite? Oh. That person taught me how to say the name of their race in their own language. Oh, I see. More PvE instead of PvP. I gotcha. Okay, now we gotta get our orders. We've got to head to a site and take on more of the bugs. And we'll see if we get one of the big ones. Where's our location? The kind of mech looking icon. That's our target. I'm running out of pugnium. Attack on the Sentinel ships requires stuff you normally get from killing them, as opposed to other regular common elements. So I may need to go and get into a fight, which would be a good opportunity to show off how it works if you want to flip ships and make a lot of cash. So we'll see if I get a chance to show that. I need to be in a certain type of planet in order to do that. Oh, all right. So we'll need to see what kind of combat instance this is. Is it going to be more of the little ones, or are we going to get something big? Whew! Broodmother. It's a big girl. Alright. Oh, my combat scope. That replaces my alt fire. That's a problem. My stun grenades are gone. Yeah. I have the ability to sight in, but I can't use my grenades. Alright. I'm gonna have to fix that after this. We also have these medium-sized, almost baneling-looking things. And they will spit and try and tackle me. But we need to break the armor and take out the broodmother before we get swarmed. Yeah, I remember hearing about Bully. Gurda of Hololive fame played through that. It's like GTA, but you're in like a school and you're a kid. And somehow I managed to aggro the Sentinels too. Alright, well, let's deal with you first. If I didn't have a good shotgun, that would be a considerably more difficult fight. Now you... I need more of your resources anyway. So we're gonna fight Space Popo. Oh boy. And more of you guys. Perfect timing. Good thing I have a lot of ammo. So now I have the Sentinels and hostile biological organisms. Lovely. And I don't have the ability to stun. There's a lot going on. And meanwhile, the frame rate is not happy with all the stuff going on screen while trying to run my model. Normally I don't have any issues with frame rate, but having to run my model even at 30 FPS I think is what's causing a lot of that. Okay, let's deal with all the Sentinels. Basically it's waves. Each successive wave, if you look at the upper right underneath my ammo, there's these red dots. That's like your star rating in GTA. Each time I shred a wave of them, it escalates. And they'll start throwing more comprehensive waves and more heavily armored and armed things at me. To the point where we'll get walker mechs. But I need the Pugnium, so... Fortunately, they don't put up too much of a fight right now because of my weaponry. But I do need to be careful. Okay, still 2 stars. Now we're 3. After you clear a wave, they'll take a second. They upgrade their reinforcements and then they'll come in with the next wave, which may or may not have more advanced units. Lava King says, remember when COD did celebrity zombies? Like the guy who was Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund, the man, the myth, the legend, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Danny Trejo fought zombies with someone else. Danny Trejo's awesome. Very interesting dude. Very iconic. His favorite game is Animal Crossing. I saw that on Twitter. Not what I would have expected, honestly, but respectable. Alright, now we got these dog robots. They're fast and they have sort of these shoulder-mounted lasers. Be nice if I had my stun grenades right now. Oh, wow, these are tougher than the corrupted sentinels. Oh, you're healing. Don't do that. It's annoying. The flying ones can heal each other too. Ugh. Okay. Next. See if I can grab this. It'll give me access to my grenades again before the next wave comes up. They're already in my face. Yeah, alright, we got him now. That'll even the odds a bit. Balking says, be right back, got a shower. Alright, I'll be here. We have now upgraded 2 Walker class enemies. So it is a good thing that I got my grenades back. That's gonna be worth something. Yeah, it sucks that the frame rate's kind of gone in the toilet, but I'll have to keep that in mind for future streams. Wow, is it choppy. I need to be careful. These kind of face hugger looking eggs here. Humming sack. If I rupture one of them, it also summon those little swarmer aliens that I was fighting before. And I'd rather not deal with that right now. Okay, we're at level 5. Or level 4, it downgraded. Saw the walker icon. Those will show up at some point. They're like these big, almost like chicken walker, like the ATST from Star Wars. These have flamethrowers. There it is. That I guess I'll find out right now if I'm geared to fight one of these. Fortunately, the stun grenades still work. So we're gonna cheese the balls out of that. Alright. Oh, we get a walker brain. Okay. This only puts me at level 4. Be nice if I could get an ammo capacity upgrade for my shotgun. But at this point I kind of focused on damage. So mag size isn't the priority. It's being able to shred things quickly, which I think helps for stuff like this. Iconic says, internet is being laggy. I gotta go. Best of luck with the rest of your stream. Thanks for the fun. Alright, Iconic. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out. Hope you have a good rest of your evening. Of note, I'm going to mention this a couple more times on the stream. Tomorrow is the launch stream for the newest music release project, Shaken, Stirred, and Chilled. So we'll be going live same time as today, roughly 4:30 Pacific. And I will be joined by friend of the channel, Blups. So if you want to hear the two of us goobers talk about the art and music, feel free to stop by for the launch of Shaken, Stirred, and Chilled, or SSAC is what I keep calling it. Okay. What happened with the aggro meter? Oh, Sentinel Nest. What does the icon look like for that? I have not actually encountered a Sentinel Nest before. It's the red? Yeah. Alright, let's go check that out for after we get our objective here. Uh-oh. Got more hostiles. Okay, this is more accounts from the extermination team. And that spawns more of these. Bring it. Now I don't have sentinels firing up the wazoo. So these goobers should be easy. I wonder if it's the planet. I wonder if it's the environmental effects on the planet that's causing it to be so stuttery. That's annoying. I am looking at potentially doing a software upgrade later this year, depending on some stuff that's expected to hit the market. My plan is hopefully to get more graphical firepower or horsepower under the hood of my machine so that I can run stuff like this at a really high frame rate and not have it look like absolute garbage. But that's going to depend on finances and availability on hardware. But I would like to do that so that I can stream in higher quality. Okay, I'm just gonna up and sell that combat scope. This is some valuables we got from that fight. Salvaged glass comes from sentinels, and when you extract components, it'll give you a whole bunch of different things like unstable resources. A whole lot of them. I'll have to look at those before I sell them off. Multi-tool upgrades, whole bunch of things. But for now, let's go take the fight to the sentinels, their nest, see what that's about. Ooh, do I have enough to... I do. Can create more warp fuel for when we gotta jump systems. Okay, I'm gonna assume we're going into a fight here at the Sentinel Pillar. This is not something I've seen before, as I've been playing through in recent updates. So this will be completely new. Our objective in the expedition, got a whole bunch of rewards. I'll grab those in a sec. We've got to go fight deep sea monstrosities. Oh, that sounds like fun. There it is. Oh, copper deposit. That's a copper deposit? No, it's gotta be behind it, right? Yeah, it's behind it. Okay. I am gonna need more copper at some point for different crafting things. But for now, I think we gotta get ready for a fight. So I'm gonna recharge my stun grenades. Pillar control node. Ah. We got swarmers. Let's deal with that before we aggro any of the sentinels. Gotta try and make sure I don't accidentally shoot anything valuable here too. So maybe we want to circle out a little bit. Alright, they're leaving. Noxious. Harvestable Sentinel technology. Oh, do I have to destroy this stuff? I think that's why it's giving me the gun icon. Salvaged glass. Pugnium. Nanites. It's not bad. It's gonna... Ah, oh, come on. More of them? Okay, just need to clear these waves and then we'll see what we get from the big central pillar there in the middle. Fortunately, ammo for most of the weapons is fairly cheap to craft. The iron ore, like I mentioned earlier, is pretty abundant in random rocks. So we can get all that stuff together and just won't have to worry about running out of bullets. this going to give us? This is kind of like the thoughts or whatnot that are coming from the AI that runs the Sentinels. Extract weapons technology. Ooh. So we can get a Sentinel multi-tool. That looks really neat. Is it free? It is free. Okay. It has a whole bunch of busted tech on it that we can't do anything with, but if anything, we could potentially sell it. Alright. Might as well. But I don't want it to be on my default. We can hot swap our multi-tool, because this one has our weaponry on it. Okay, so is there anything else of note here? Guess not. So we got a free multi-tool out of that. That's good. Now we need to go find an ocean. Fighting underwater unspeakable horrors sounds like a real good time. Oh, I didn't see Iconic's hydrant before he left. I finished my smoothie. I'm switching to water now. So this ice planet might not have an abundance of bodies of water. There are frozen lakes and oceans on ice planets, but we'll fly around a bit and see if we find any. If not, we might have to go find a more dedicated ocean planet. A lot of tundra. Let's check another planet out before we jump systems. What about you? What you got? I guess I need to be a little bit closer for my scanner to pick up and give me some readings on that planet. Hot planet. No, that's probably not going to work. What we need is like a lush planet or literal ocean planet would work too. What about you? Kind of blue. Oh, that come from there? Frostbound? I think I came from there. No, I came from there. Well, it's mostly frozen planets here, I guess. Alright. Let's see if we can jump to a system that's got water. Oh, this one might work. Brood Alpha Sigma, is that what that said? What we'll do is we'll pop in. Hopefully we don't pop in the middle of a firefight again. And then we'll start scanning the planets and see if anything here. Yep, Brood Alpha Sigma. sounds like an alien frat. Terraforming catastrophe, huh? I don't think I've ever seen that designation for a planet before. This one. Paradise Planet. That looks very blue. Hopefully that's all ocean. I'll take a look. I think because we have that upgrade, we can just land directly on the body of water and then splash around. Hopefully find the unspeakable horrors. Yeah, that looks like a mostly ocean planet. Hey, Lava King is back. We are moving on to the next objective, which is going to require us to go plumb the depths and fight some angry sea life. Yeah, that's a lot of ocean. Okay, should be able to find what we need here. What does that look like? Are we hovering? We are. That's kind of cool. Our ship will just chill here. I need to make sure I have enough launch fuel to get in and out if I need to. I see Sour Lad's taking off, getting ready for work. Alright, Sour Lad, thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us. And thanks again for the resub. Again, much appreciated. Hope you have a good day at work. Don't work too hard. And I'll catch you later. You probably heard me talking to Iconic about the stream for tomorrow, so I won't bother repeating it again. But I will mention it at the end. Okay, we need to find... It said alluring... Some sort of alluring commodity. Tends to draw the deep sea horrors. Alluring specimens. Okay, I don't even know what those are. Oh, there's one. Well, frame rate seems to be holding up a little bit better down here. Maybe it just kind of depends on the environment and how much is going on from a planetary effects perspective. Alright, I need to be careful, watch my oxygen. Where is it? Hope it's not off-world. Where is that alluring specimen located? Oh, there it is. It's this whole thing, I think. Okay. Maybe we have to mine. The icon's gone. Where'd it go? Was that big sort of round looking thing the actual alluring specimen? I don't see any life forms. Alright. That will replenish oxygen. That's good to know. Alright, well, I guess we better look around for more of these alluring specimens. I think we're in the right area. We just need to find the material that we can use to lure whatever the targets are. I could go for like a side quest to go build the tech to make a submarine, but that would be kind of a big side quest. But we'll continue to look around. Meantime, oh, I don't have tech installed for underwater. It's just my total oxygen. Okay, I gotta be careful not to dive too deep. If that goes out, I will suffocate and drown. That would be bad. The sun's going down too, so now it's going to be even harder to see. You are able to build underwater bases in this. I think I did that on one of my old saves, which is kind of cool. You can construct like an entire submarine base at the bottom of the ocean if you really wanted to. I am not seeing more of the alluring specimens. I wonder if they're rare. I'm gonna kind of swim back towards my ship to not get too far away. I'll keep scouring the bottom until I see something. That's not the only objective. There's also this one too. Fire in the hole. That we can probably do when next time we run into the swarmer type enemies. Just cluster them up and try and hit them with a grenade. Actually, what we could do, since our ship's right here, we can pop in the ship and fly over to a different section of the ocean and see if we can find the specimens there. Since this planet appears to be vastly majority covered in water. I wonder if these might be underwater bases. Horror Pass. Actually, these might be markers that people have created for the spawn points of these particular things. So I'm gonna actually go to that location and see. That might cut down on the time. So if we go up outside of orbit, a little more I guess, we can use our pulse engines to come down right on that point and do it a lot faster. Really? Well, okay, we're close enough. Okay, so someone created a base up here. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that means we hit the water. The specimens we need to fight are in this area. What is that red exclamation? Oh boy. Oh, I got tapped. That is what my target is, I believe. Abyssal Horror. Wait, can I pick that up? I can. Hypnotic Eye. Nope, those are not the targets, but I do need to watch out for those. If they pull you in, they will drown you. Okay, I guess we'll continue to look around here and see if we can find what we're looking for. Crystal sulfide. I think there's something I can pull off of here, yep. It's just harvestable. That's a crafting material we need. Let's go check the other side. This is kind of like a big mountainous island in the middle of the ocean. We picked up it's Hypnotic Eye, right? What is that? I have a lot of valuable stuff I should probably dump into my ship for safekeeping. Am I blind? I'm not seeing Hypnotic Eye on here. Did I miss it? Okay, no alluring specimens. These are fish. There's another abyssal horror. There it is. Okay, that could be used for crafting too. I don't remember exactly what, but you can use those to craft things. There's another one. Maybe that base is marking the presence of all of those abyssal horrors, not the ones for the objective. What do the rest of these bases say? Some of these are non-specific. Communication stations are regular structures. I am not seeing, at least in the immediate area, any of the alluring specimens. And that's fine. What we could do, is we're getting close to time for the stream anyway, I can look at doing this particular objective off stream. I wanted to show more of the progress in the main game on the original save. So what I may end up doing, what's that? Is finishing the expedition offline, and the next time we stream this will be back to the main save. Submerged relic. Hadal core. I don't know what that is. The idea would be next time we stream this would be progress in the main save, doing the quote-unquote actual storyline. And I did want to show off some of the things I've built in the main save and show how I managed to get a decent chunk of money. So we didn't get a chance to talk through that today. Red Dragon says I'm going to head off now. Alright, dude. Again, thanks for hanging out today while we ran around space with moderate levels of success. I hope you have a good rest of your night, and I will catch you later. Also of note, after tomorrow's launch stream for the music project, Red Dragon and I are back on Saturday to continue the pain in Elden Ring DLC. So if you want to see us get continually punished by more things, we will be resuming where we left off in the DLC on Saturday. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. Okay, let me grab these achievements here and see what rewards I get. Oh, that upgraded my multi-tool class to S. That's nice. Infestation Delta. Oh, I'm full up. No, I can't do anything with that at the moment. That's why. I think we can fix that. There's some stuff that I can dump into my ship for now that I'll probably sell later. Namely, a lot of these simple commodities. I'm going to sell them for now until I know exactly what they're used to craft. That could be later. But for stuff like hydraulic wiring, that's a component for tech. Salvage data, that's actually pretty valuable. We need that to unlock base building parts. Some of these modules, I guess I'll just dump them in here and then ultimately I'll have to figure out what I want to keep and sell later. That's fine for now. Some of these precious minerals like dirty bronze, that's just a sellable thing for now. these rewards from... Yeah, okay. So we can unlock more tech slots for a multi-tool. That's really good. This is the one we're on now. Blood in the Water. And it looks like there's a couple more left before we complete phase 4. And then that'll leave phase 5. So I'm more than halfway through completing the objectives in this expedition. Yeah, we'll probably sell all that. Crystal sulfide. Maybe I'll throw that into freighter storage for now. We'll need that later. About launch fuel, that can go in here. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to just end the session today. We're going to go to the nearest space station. And then I'll probably pop back down here offline and try and work on completing the quest. Maybe there's something I'm missing with how we're supposed to get to those creatures we had to kill. So we'll pop over here, we'll offload our inventory, and then we will get ready to wrap up for today. I would like to get more storage space on this ship too. It's got a little bit less inventory compared to the ship I'm using in my main save. But it still handles better than the default ship that I started with in the expedition, which is different from the default ship we started when you just are playing the game in single player. But it was still equally garbage. Now that we're flying around in the space equivalent of a refurbished cop car, we're at least better geared. Okay, uranium, that's new. That's more of an advanced element we use to fuse other things later. So I'll get rid of the hypnotic eye. I'm not actively using chlorine at the moment. Hard frame engine, get rid of that. I can get more if we need to. Same with that. Quad servo, this I know is required for something. I'm going to hold on to that. Starship inventory. Yeah, I guess we can get rid of that. And I'm going to go offload a bunch of my tech modules. That for sure I can sell. Now they know that the scope takes the spot of grenades. We definitely don't need that. I wonder, does this confer its benefit to just anything if I have it stuck there? I guess I can just leave it there for now. I have no idea if arranging this stuff makes more sense, but we'll just leave that there. That's a bolt caster upgrade. Can sell that. Exosuit fragment. Ah, I see. So it gets a boost if it's supercharged. I guess we could just throw that wherever. Maybe I don't want to just dump all of those. Okay, they do synergize with each other. That's good. Maybe that will give us an overall boost to our weapon effectiveness. I wonder if there's a limit. Normally, if you try and stack too many of the same upgrades, it'll overload your tool, and then they'll all shut down. But these don't appear to do that, at least not at 3. There it goes. That's the overload. Okay. So that could be offloaded. We'll go ahead and sell that. The multi-tool vendor. Alright. Sell the scope. It's a big stack of nanites. That will install on our Minotaur when we get there. Alright. Gold. We'll throw in their ship. Ion batteries. I guess we can leave that there. I think that'll charge our shields on our exosuit and our ship shields. So we'll keep that on hand for now. Should be able to get another... Yep, another upgrade. We're almost maxed out space. That's good. Oh, and I could sell my multi-tool. It's not here. I think I have to go to a scrap station, which might be on the anomaly. I'll think about that. The Sentinel one's kind of unique, so maybe I'll hold on to that for now. Alright, I guess we can double check if there's anything worthwhile for the ship. Like maneuverability upgrades would be nice. Launch thrusters, pulse engine. Rank C, though, is not super great. I can hold up for something better, I think. Get an A rank photon cannon module, though. That we could throw in there right now. It's weapon systems. There we go. That'll up the power of our offensive weapons, our cannons. Oh, I gotta fix that. That was destroyed or damaged when we got in our last fight in space. They have chromatic metal? Probably not. Oh, no, they do. Alright. Normally that's created by refining copper. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's go ahead and get one last save on the station here, and then we will get ready to wrap up for today. So we made some more progress in the expedition. Again, I'm going to probably finish this one offline. I will think about when I want to stream this next. I would like to spend another session going through the main save and showing off some of the stuff I was working on there. I'm a little bit concerned about the performance of this thing running it on stream, though, for No Man's Sky. For now, we'll be doing at least one more session, then I'll make a call then. I don't want to stream it if the quality sucks. So I'll think about that. In the meantime, next week when we come back, we'll be focusing on SMT5 again. It's probably going to be a mix of SMT5 and a drawing stream next week, but that's still a ways away. In the meantime, let me see who is online that we can raid. Let's see. Not a ton of people are online right now. Could raid Bloodbite. They are playing LOL, League of Legends. I haven't raided them in a while. Let's do that. So let me queue that up here. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and mute BGM. And go to outro. And that will do it for today. Thanks again for hanging out, folks. Hopefully it was interesting going through some more action-oriented stuff in No Man's Sky. The game's a lot of fun to play. Hopefully it's equally fun to watch or hear me talk about at the very least. Before we jump off, I'll mention it just as kind of a closer for the stream. Tomorrow we'll be back, same time as today, to debut the latest music project. I have a scheduled event put on the Discord. I gotta remember to make it go live. But we will be back tomorrow to talk about the Shaken, Stirred, and Chilled project. So hopefully see you there. In the meantime, hope everyone has a good rest of your evening. Now let's go see how Bloodbite's doing with the Leagues of Legends. Catch you later, folks.